Now, I will take you through the 5 major types of wiring. Firstly, we'll be looking at the cleat wiring system for houses. What is the cleat wiring system? This system uses insulated cables subprotected in buckling cleats. We have 2 wires coming in, we have them inside the cleats with the screws holding down the cleats so that the wires can have a clear passage. Cleat wiring is recommended only for temporary installations. The cleats are made in pairs having bottom and top halves. The bottom half is grooved to receive the wire, and the top half is for cable grip. Initially, the bottom and top cleats are fixed on the wall loosely according to the layout. Then the cable is drawn, tensioned, and the cleats are tightened. By the screw, cleats are of 3 types, having 1, 2, or 3 grooves, so as to receive 1, 2, or 3 wires. Cleat wiring is one of the cheapest wiring considering the initial cost and labor, and is most suitable for temporary wiring. You don't use cleat wiring for permanent wiring. This wiring can be quickly installed, easily inspected, and altered when not required. This wiring could be dismantled without the damage of cables, cleats, or all the accessories you have used to put together this wiring system. The next image you're looking at is the picture of a 3-groove cleat. Remember I said we have 3 types of cleat: the 1 cleat, the 2 groove, and the 3-groove cleat. This picture is showing you a perfect example of a 3-groove cleat. Beside it is the picture of a base with a groove. Now we'll be looking at the attributes of cleats. First and foremost, all cleats shall consist of 2 parts, a base piece and a cap. Cleats shall be fixed at distances not more than 60 centimeters apart at regular intervals. Where cleat wiring is laid along an iron joist, buckling cleats should be inserted either at varnished wood fillets or varnished wood clamps. Now, this should be securely fixed so as to prevent the conductors from coming in contact with metal along which they pass. Secondly, fixed cleats. In ordinary cases, cleats should be attached to wooden plugs fixed to the wall. Distance apart of the wires is quite a very important attribute of the cleat. Now, for pressure up to 250 volts, cleats with such dimensions, that is in case of bridge loads, conductors shall not be less than 2.5 centimeters apart, center to center, and in case of submains, not less than 4 centimeters apart. Now, for you to be able to install a cleat wiring system in a house, it is very paramount and necessary that care should be taken that these grooves and cleats are essentially different in size. Secondly, care should be taken to ensure that grooves of pocket cleats do not compress the insulation nor too wide for a loose fit. When installing a cleat wiring system in a house, make sure that the insulation between the wires are properly spaced so that you don't have a problem with the circuit system. Under no circumstance will 2 wires be placed in one groove of a buckling cleat. Cleats have 2 grooves, one that takes the wire and the other that holds the insulator. So under no circumstances in wiring houses with cleat system should 2 wires pass through the same groove. One groove goes to one wire. If you need another wire to go in, you go to the 3-groove wiring system. Now we'll be looking at the advantages of the cleat wiring system. 1. Easy installation. I have stated it. It is quite easy to install. All you need is a wooden cleat with the grooves and the 2 wires. The cleat wiring system is quite the easiest type of wiring installation. Materials can be retrieved for reuse. This is a very important advantage of the cleat wiring system, because all the materials you used from the cleats to the wires and the screws can be retrieved and reused for another temporary installation. 3. Flexibility provided for inspection, modifications, and expansion. Now, take for instance, if you have a 2-cleat groove that you've used to wire. If there is need for an expansion and you need to move to a 3-groove cleat, all you have to do is to get another cleat that has 3 grooves and you run your wires through it, and you can provide electricity for that building. 4. It is relatively economical. It is the cheapest type of house wiring for a temporary connection that can be used. 3. Skilled manpower is not required. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to run the cleat wiring system. With these steps we have given, you can quietly get a clean cleat with the number of grooves you'll be needing and run your wiring system. Now, as it is with anything that has advantages, it must also have disadvantages. What are the possible disadvantages of the cleat wiring system? 1, we have, firstly, the appearance is not good. The cleat wiring system does not give you a wiring system with neat ends and everything clipped up together. You only have a cleat with the number of grooves you've chosen and your wires running through. Open system of wiring requiring regular cleaning. Due to the open system of wiring for the cleat wiring system, the wires are open. So it requires that you clean and dust these wires for rust so that it doesn't affect the connectivity of your circuit. 3. Higher risk of mechanical injury. Due to the fact that these wires on the cleat, both of them are tightened and fitted on with screws that are metallic. So it is very, very necessary to note that this is a very, very vital disadvantage of the cleat wiring system.